And the men of Ephraim came and said to him, Why did you not send for us when you went to war against Midian? And they said sharp and angry words to him. And he said to them, What have I done in comparison with it? Is not that which Ephraim took up after the grape cutting better than all the grapes which Abiezer got in from the grape cutting? God has given into your hands the chiefs of Midian, Oreb, and Zeb. What have I been able to do in comparison with you? And when he said this, their feeling of bawling became kinder. Then Gideon came to Jordan and went over with his 300, overcome with weariness and in need of food. And he said to the men of Succoth, Give bread cakes to my people, for they are overcome with weariness. And I am going on after Zebah and Zalmunna, the kings of Midian. But the chiefs of Succoth said, Are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna even now in your hands, that we are to give bread to your army? Then Gideon said, Because of this, and the Lord has given Zebah and Zalmunna into my hands, I'll have you stretched on a bed of thorns on the wasteland and on sharp sticks, and have you crushed as grain is crushed on a grain floor. So we went up from there to Penuel, and made the same request to the men of Penuel, but they gave him the same answer as the men of Succoth had given. So he said to the men of Penuel, When I come back in peace, I'll have this tower broken down. Now Zebah and Zalmunna were in Karkor, and their armies with them, about 15,000 men, those of all the army of the children of the east who were still living, for 120,000 of their sword men had been put to death. And Gideon went up by the way used by the people living in tents on the east of Nobah and Jogbehah, and made an attack on the army when they had no thought of danger. And Zebah and Zalmunna went in flight, and he went after them until the two kings of Midian, Zebah and Zalmunna, and put all the army to the curse. Then Gideon the son of Joash went back from the fight, and taking prisoner a young man of the people of Succoth, he got from him, in an answer to his question, a list of the chiefs of Succoth and the responsible men, 77 men. So he came to the men of Succoth and said, Here is Zebah and Zalmunna, on account of whom you made sport of me, saying, Are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna even now in your hand, that we are to give bread to your army, who are overcome with weariness? Then he took the responsible men of the town and had them crushed on a bed of thorns and sharp stings. And he had the tower of Penuel broken down, and the men of the town put to death. Then he said to Zebah and Zalmunna, Where are the men whom you put to death at Tabor? And they gave answer, As you are, so were they. Every one of them was like a king's son. And he said, They were my brothers, my mother's sons. By the life of the Lord, if you had kept them safe, I would not put you to death. Then he said to Jether, his oldest son, Up, put them to death. But the boy did not take out his sword, fearing because he was still a boy. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said, Up, but an end towards yourself, for you have immense strength. Then Gideon got up and put Zebah and Zalmunna to death and took the ornaments which were on their camels' necks. Then the men of Israel said to Gideon, Be our ruler, you and your son, and your son's son after him, for you have been our savior from the hands of Midian. But Gideon said to them, I will not be a ruler over you, and my son will not be a ruler over you. It is the Lord who will be ruler over you. Then Gideon said to them, I have a request to make to you. Let every man give me the earrings he has taken, for they had gold earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. And they gave answer, We will gladly give them. So they put down a rope, every man dropping into the earrings he had taken. The weight of the gold earring, which he got from them, was 1,700 shekels of gold, in addition to the moon ornaments and jewels, and the purple robes which were on the king of Midian, and the chains on their camels' necks. And Gideon made an ephod from them and put it up in his town Ophrah. And all Israel went after it there and were false to the Lord. And it became a cause of sin to Gideon and his house. So Midian was broken before the children of Israel, and the Midianites never got back their strength. And the land had peace for 40 years, in days of Gideon. And Jerubbaal, the son of Joash, went back to his house and was living there. Gideon had 70 sons, the offspring of his body, but he had a number of wives. And the servant wife he had in Sheshan had a son by him, to whom he gave the name Abimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash came to his end, and he was very old, and his body was put in the resting place of Joash his father, in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. And after the death of Gideon, the children of Israel again went after the gods of Canaan, and were false to the Lord, and made Baal-berith their god. And the children of Israel did not keep in their minds the Lord their God, who had been their Savior from all their haters on every side. And they were not kind to the house of Jerubbaal, that is Gideon, in reward for all the good he had done to Israel.